All right, so my head, my brain, to be a little more specific, my mental has been circling around three words: fear, intention, and intuition. Those three: intuition, intention, and fear. All right. So how do those come together, right? I was thinking, as skateboarders, we have to be more intentional about our our way of getting better, our way of progressing. Because if we don't, that means we're not using our intuition to guide us. We're just looking, we're not looking within intuition, we're looking without for like motivation. And, there's a time and place for that. I think motivation is great. But when it comes down to it, skateboarding, there's only one skateboard under you, right? Your skateboard's under you, it's not under your friends. So they don't feel the way you feel. And so that got me thinking about how sometimes I'd be at a spot or at a skate park and people would be trying something that I really want to be a part of. Skateboarding, even though it is a one man or one person sport, you a lot of times we do it with others, right? So, and you just want to naturally be a part of things, right? So you're like, oh, they're skating that. Sometimes you get the courage to just skate it too, but many times we have a fear, right? And a practice that I've been tuning into these past years is really not letting that fear overcome me, but me overcoming that fear. But the only way you overcome it, or at least I have, is by listening to it. You have to think, okay, why are you so scared of such obstacle? And let's make it a little more realistic. There's a seven stair at my skate park, and for me, it's not scary anymore. But because I've practiced on it, it's something comfortable. But for someone new, and let's pretend I'm new to the skate park, I might be fearful of those seven stairs because I don't know how to get enough speed. I'm not too sure I have an ollie good enough, or I just feel tired. But those three things we have to understand that. We have to understand those three factors are there. So when you're approaching obstacles or even trying tricks, practice asking yourself. Obviously, you don't have to do it out loud. You can do it within in your little inside head. Ask yourself, are you scared to go fast? Do you even have that trick down? Do you just feel a little weird? You have to separate the ego. Sometimes you can do something, but all it takes is an off day, and your body simply is not in tune with the obstacle or however you want to put it. Don't force yourself. You know, especially if nothing's on the line, just your ego. Don't force yourself. And even in a competition, is the risk really worth the reward? And I'm not saying don't challenge yourself. Um, don't use it as a write off. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying listen to your fear, be intuitive about your approach to learning tricks and even trying tricks. Because honestly, if you knew you weren't ready going into a trick and then you try the trick and it goes the way you don't want it to go, which is an injury, it wasn't worth it in the first place. It's definitely not going to be worth it after you're hurt. So, just be a little more intentional about your trick choices. Be intentional about even your choices those days when on the board. The cool thing about skateboarding is that it's best when you can do it consistently. So there's time. You got time. Don't feel rushed to progress in any certain way, because we all are on different levels when we start. We all have a different base. Don't some people are just more athletically inclined when getting on the board, so their progress might skyrocket when the first few months, and yours might feel like it's still over here because you need to understand, oh, okay, like I need to actually squat down a bit. Oh, okay, my ankle kind of feels weird. Like, let me figure that out. Whereas for them, it's already intuitive. They don't think about that, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't. Don't compare their thought process. Sorry, don't compare their thought process to your thought process. Is what I'm saying. Everyone has a different situation, you know. So there we go. Intention, intuition, and fear. Don't let sorry overcome fear by being intentional about how you approach fear, so that as you continue to do that, the intuition gets better and more no-brainer, you know. Like, as a kid, sometimes I would question, like, oh, should I try it? Should I try it? Oh, if I don't try it, I'm a weenie. Or if I don't try it, I'm a, you know, like, you start calling yourself names to get yourself to get angry, and then do it and force yourself, which, you know, it might work. If you really are just like, it's just a mental thing, I get it. Like, that works. But if it's because, oh, my leg hurts a little, or I kind of twisted my ankle and I'm not sure. And if you feel uneasy about it in that way, you know, again, is the reward worth the risk? You know, is it? So you can just go about it that way. I'm not saying stop yourself from progressing. I'm just saying listen to yourself and understand that skateboarding it should be approached sustainably, because, you know, the last thing you want is to not be skating and then seeing videos on your phone because you're hurt of your friends skating, you know. Make it be consistent, sustainable. Think about what's the better way. You know, be more intentional about the way you practice tricks. When I was a kid, I would be skating the launcher a lot, and I'd force myself every day to launch off of it. And as I've gotten older, little by little, I just stopped doing that, and I really started to think, like, okay, if I don't even have fakie frontside flip or fakie backside flip, which is fakie half cab flip, on lock on flat ground, do I really want to just skip steps and do it off the launch? Even though it would be super cool and super, you know, more, I guess, exciting, I started to ask these questions, like, is it really worth it? And unless there's no cash prize, or unless there's, you know, like, if the reward doesn't surpass the risk, if it doesn't do that, then I probably won't do that, you know. There's no point. I'd rather jump down at a street spot, you know, save my energy or the risk for when I go street skating. You know, these are all things you can wrestle with. So, and that's all I want to do, is encourage that thought process, because, you know, it sucks when you have to learn the hard way. And everyone's going to learn their own hard way. Everyone's going to have those experiences where they're like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. And, you know, many times that's the best way to learn. But if someone could have told me what I was doing wrong, or what to consider when I broke my arm, I was trying to backside 50-50, and instead of just jumping onto the ledge, I ollied, and then I try to push. I remember my back foot tried to, like, push down to the ledge, but that force to the ledge made me slip because my momentum was already going. And when I fell, my arm just got stuck between the grass and the ledge. Point is, if someone could have told me, look, don't think too much about forcing the board onto the ledge. Just think jumping on the ledge. If someone would have told me that, I wouldn't have pushed my leg down and broke my arm. You see, you know, I'm just trying to, I guess, have you consider that there's risk, and you might want to think twice about if you're really ready or not to try certain tricks. Again, progression looks different for everyone. You might be ready. I'm just saying, ask yourself, really, are you ready? But that's all I have for today's live. I really just wanted to get on here to keep these things consistent. I have 3 other ones, I think, or 4 that I posted already. It's about the other ones are actually I forgot what they're about. Yesterday's was about fascia. Um, so good luck at that. It's basically a structure that's literally under your skin and between everything, your muscles, your bones, your joints, your veins, ligaments, everything. And it affects the way you feel on the board depending on the health of it. So go check it out. It's just a conversation started, really. Ask questions, comment, and then we'll go from there, really. Can't explain everything all at once, so this is just one way to do that. I'm gonna read these comments real quick. Just give me a second. I'm trying to get my phone. Sick. Where are you from? I'm from LA, Los Angeles, California, specifically Boyle Heights. I'm right next to Little Tokyo, downtown LA, Arts District. Sports highlights. Wait, what? Oh. Yo, what's up? There's a lot. I can't speak Arabic. That would be so cool. But yeah, thanks for coming on, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Again, ask questions in Arabic. I'll translate it, whatever. You know, it's a conversation. This is universal. It's not just for skateboarders in LA or who speak English. También hablo español, so si quieren preguntar en español, pues dale. Adiós, homies. How do I exit here?